Oh, come on now. You're decorating your quarters with a dead tree and shiny objects? Since when did you become a hoarder?
Oh, come off it, Frigid. It's the holidays.
Oh, yes. The day for presents and candy.
That's not what the holidays are about.
Well, for me, it was getting drunk off my flank and waking up somewhere covered in tinsel. Why should I care how it goes?
I think a certain wastelander needs some education about the holidays.
Oh, joy. He's filming this, isn't he?
Oh, just sit down and enjoy the episode review. Hearthswarming Eve is here!
Again.
And with it, we have an episode to commemorate its return.
Is it me, or does the first song seem to be a little bit rushed? To me, it sounds like the ones who wrote it just wanted to say, Hearthswarming is here again, stupid. All that tagged-on once again dialogue just seems forced.
Well, I'm not going to argue that it seems repetitive, but it's a fun, chirpy tune that helps set the stage for the episode. It helps exaggerate the good points of the holiday and spending time with one's friends and family.
Well, at least Starlight gets it. The whole thing is just overblown. She just wants to skip out.
Skip Hearthswarming Eve?
I just find it all a little silly. It's mostly a day dedicated to presents and candy, isn't it?
And why would you deny yourself presents and candy? That's crazy talk.
See?
Oh, hush. Yeah, those are the benefits of the holiday to some, but they aren't the only ones. Twilight then decides that it's a good idea to share a story with Starlight, one that would hopefully teach her both a friendship lesson and teach her the value of the holiday. And thus we end up with a Hearthswarming tale.
Isn't that what the humans call...
We don't speak of the creators of doorknobs and electricity unless we absolutely have to. Now hush before you bring Lyra upon us all.
Oh, right. Like bad posture horse is going to ruin my day.
Moving forward, we then get to the start of the story itself. Starlight once again playing the role of the villain, Snowfall Frost.
And she wants to end the holiday and make everyone forget that it exists.
Well, at least she has her reasons. She was taught the holiday was a waste of time by Professor Snape Pony.
Ah, figures that Starlight would call that one senpai. I wonder if anybody else is watching this and thinking that they'll have a body pillow with his image on Hearthswarming Eve. Anyways, before we get that little piece of exposition, we get our second musical number, which, to be honest, actually is good. There's an allure to a good villain song.
Say goodbye to the holiday. Prepare the spell, no hesitation. All memories shall fade away. See Equestria's new transformation. No more shall any pony say. Happy Hearthswarming. After today.
The songs so far are well placed and timed throughout the episode. Short but enjoyable. And they don't outstay their welcome.
Our first ghost, Applejack, actually shows up with a reason. Her spell draws the attention of spirits that safeguard the holiday, and prevent far worse things from happening. Though there's one thing that I don't get.
And that is?
Well, isn't a spirit summoning spell also implying that necromancy exists as a type of magic in canon?
Stop trying to put Nightmare Night in my Hearthswarming. At any rate, Applejack makes the rounds with a talk about the past, which is a touchy subject. On the one side, the past does define us as our actions reside in it. However, the lessons that we learn do not have to dictate our actions in the future. The idea is that we learn from our mistakes, become wiser, and still have the free choice to do what we wish. Which is nicely presented because by the end of it, she's still given that choice.
But before we get to that, the saccharine voice of Pinkie Pie tells us why it's good to spend time with others and how we give meaning to our presence. I'm not quite sure what the point of this portion of the scene is, other than saying your gift has meaning because you give it that meaning. It's a little philosophical, but at the same time, it affects absolutely nothing in the episode. But then again, we also see that in order to complete her spell, she needs objects that obviously have meaning from the season. Which to me says that magic is affected not only by the emotions of the caster, but the belief of those around it. Oh my god, Frigid, we're not here for a magic lecture. Besides, if we stay on this tangent, we're gonna end up arguing with every fanboy who has a different theory. Fine, but you and I are still going to be talking about magic at some point. At any rate, the next part is something that I know both of us enjoy. The spirit of Hearthswarming's to come.
I see a cold wind blowing through. I see days neither fun nor free. I see a future caused by you. I see a path not meant to be.
Princess Luna was well casted when they decided to make her the spirit of Hearthswarming's to come. And the writers took a clever way of explaining that death would happen without actually going on to the whole spirit of death thing. Not to mention, this is one of the most enjoyable songs from the episode. It helps drive the point home that there are consequences to her actions. And if she doesn't change her ways, it's going to lead to a bleak future. Though I have a little bit of a complaint. Starlight Glimmer making another type of major spell to alter the existence and timeline, and the end result is a wasteland. Well, that might just be the writers trying to associate one character with the other. After all, the story is being told from Twilight's perspective to her student. And by telling this relatable story, it ends up leading to the resolution, where Starlight enjoys the holiday. I guess, and I suppose anybody can find meaning in the holiday if they choose to. However, now that this is done with, if I'm going to find this holiday enjoyable, I'm going to go get some food. And you're paying for it. Happy Hearthswarming, everybody. And as always, thanks for staying a while to listen.